Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It's Maddie. Welcome to Main Street Fire Rescue. Welcome to EPCOT Center on a very rainy, windy, hurricane-esque day. First off, Hurricane Idalia just made landfall about an hour ago up near the Big Bend area of Florida. Before I do anything else, want to, always make sure we get some prayers for those people directly in the path. And that's not just on the coast of Florida, but all the way through as it goes up through Florida, through Georgia, the Carolinas, and onward. This is a big storm. It hit Category 4 status last night. And I guess it dropped to a 3 right before landfall. And 3 is still significant. That's 120, plus mile-an-hour winds. So that's pretty big storm. We are getting the outer bands of this. I decided to come out to EPCOT today because usually on days like this, when it's really rainy, hurricanes/tropical storm days, as long as the parks are open, it can be a really good day to enjoy some attractions. Also, thank you to all the cast members that are here today. The driving isn't too bad, but there are moments when the bands come through that it gets, visibility sucks. So I'm going to show you what it's like on a day when the theme parks are open and it's what we call a hurricane or tropical storm day. Again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't safe. I'm a big fan of not going out, and I also, I just want y'all to see some of this. I don't want to over publicize this either, because what pisses me off is these YouTubers, live streamers will go out and in their thumbnail they'll have pictures of damaged places, like last year when Hurricane Ian came through, and one of them, I think Kyle Paulo, put out there, checking out post-storm damage of Hurricane Ian, and it showed Disney's Pop Century Resort basically in ruins, which wasn't true. It was photoshopped. And I don't like when people sensationalize stuff like that, because people do get affected by these storms. And so I don't want to over sensationalize this, but I also think it's important for y'all to see what it's like when these things come around, because we are in that season. If you have a vacation plan between now and basically November, you have to pre-plan for this stuff. And what amazes me is, especially reading through Facebook comments and all that, there's always people saying, well, I'm supposed to fly out today. My flight's canceled, or what if it's delayed, or what if this, what if that. People, this was a fast-moving storm, but I knew back, Friday, Saturday, that this was probably going to be a big deal. You have to plan ahead. If you think you just wait till the last minute and then fly out of here, you're nuts. Airport, Orlando International is going to have, they're not shut down entirely, but just looking at their website, it's going to be an on-off type day, meaning they're going to try to get some flights out, some stuff gets canceled. The problem becomes is when there's a ground stop and all ground operations have to stop, then that means flights either have to be held up in the air, they have to be rerouted. It's a pain, and it sets everything back. But people, it's like, well, it's not going to happen to me. And then when it happens to you, you're the first ones complaining. So you have to build in plans B, C, D, E, F, G, H, all the way down when you come here during hurricane season, because anything can happen, anything can change at any point in time. This storm originally was only supposed to be a tropical storm, maybe a Category 1. It made landfall as a 3, and it got all the way up to Category 4 strength. So you have to be smart, and you have to pre-plan. Now, if you're here, if you get here before the storm and your vacation takes you through the time while the storm is here, and then you don't leave till the storm's long gone, hey, then this is how you can enjoy some time here. But you guys, you have to pre-plan for this stuff. You can't show up here throughout the months of mid to late August through November and just be like, oh, everything will be fine. No worries. You have to plan for this. So I'm going to show you what it's like at the parks on a hurricane/tropical storm day. And this is a great time to take advantage of a lot of low wait times, because most people have had to rearrange vacations, or they've just decided not to go today, because there will be bands of heavy wind and rain, and you'll see that as we move through this. So with that, we're going to get inside, get this vlog started, and let's have a fun day at EPCOT Center. We'll see what the day holds. So with that, this vlog, Main Street Fire Rescue from EPCOT Center, is now in service. I also want to point out, it's a hurricane/tropical storm day. No umbrella, no poncho, no nothing. TUFF tough. That's what this is. Little rainwater never hurt anybody. I'm not a big fan of ponchos or umbrellas. First off, umbrellas suck because they get blown around. Ponchos are like wearing a sauna down here. It's just easy. Water dries off. It rains and then it dries off. No worries. One of the big reasons too, and we're going to show you some of this, the wait times right now are spectacular. Even Avatar Flight of Passage, Animal Kingdom, 10 minutes. 10 minutes! So we're going to walk over to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure first, because I hardly ever get to ride that because of wait times. And I really don't feel like paying for Genie Plus most of the time. So it's just a tough one to ride. So what we're going to do is we're going to ride that. The wait time's 10 minutes. We'll take advantage of that and then work our way back towards the front of the park. Even Frozen Ever After, 10 minutes. Wow. And then there's the wind tunnel of Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth reminds me of the math building at Purdue University. It's designed like that. When you walk underneath the math building, they called it the wind tunnel. Because on days, even if there was a light breeze, it would still pick you up off your feet. Let's see what we got. Ratatouille. Look at this. I can't tell you when the last time I saw that. It's 10 o'clock. Normally that's got another 0 on it. Wow. And you can see we got another band getting ready to come right over the top of us. So this will be a perfect time to ride. That's the one thing about the outer edges of these hurricanes. It's not constant rain. It's just, it surges of heavy rain, heavy wind, and then it stops, it clears out a little bit, and then it comes back again, and it repeats and repeats and repeats for the whole day. So it's a very interesting system. The other thing, when they talk about winds, when they talk about the 120, 130 mile an hour winds, they're referring to the winds in the center of the core of the hurricane near the eye wall. That's the most powerful, and then it branches outward. So the farther you get from the eye wall, you still get wind, but it's not as powerful. But the more powerful the hurricane, the stronger the winds are, the farther out it goes. If that makes sense. Here we go. 10 freaking minutes. Heck yeah. Here we are. Normally the line extends way out there. This is pretty much going to be a walk-on. I would be willing to bet. What's really cool too is you have to pay attention to the subtle details of this ride. See, there's more extended queuing there. As you walk through this, you eventually start to shrink down. You can see how big everything is, but now we're out on the rooftop. Gusteau's. And then once we go back inside, you'll notice everything starts to get a lot smaller. I do like this ride. This is a big queue, especially if it's all the way outside.
And legs inside the people at all times.
Just like that. Right here. Literally the 10 minutes is going to be the time it takes to walk to the ride. Yeah, we get on right up here. Make sure that was a 6, not a 9.
venez, venez. Suivez-moi, je vous prie. Chef Remy is waiting for you. This way. Qu'attendez-vous? Oh, ils arrivent. Des invités pour le dîner.
Yes, what do you hear? Hein? Pour le repas idéal, coq au vin? Non. A simple omelet? Too simple.
What?
Mais oui, that's it! What are you doing? Que manigancez-vous? Out of my way!
I love the Christmas lights in here. Such a great ride. But see if you notice how big everything is right now, because we're technically the size of Remy. Put our glasses back. So see the tile, how big the tile is. Oh, now we're back to human size again.
Don't forget to drop off glasses. Thank you.
Oh yeah, heck yeah. Well, this is what one of those hurricane bands are. Oh yeah, gotta put the camera down for a minute. I think we'll do that one more time. And again, everybody finds the smallest place imaginable to stand. Like they've got this 30 people, and they stand right in the doorway. Let's see, we're right by where one of these really heavy bands coming through.
Please remain seated throughout your
Zoom out. This is gonna last all day. Get an idea for the size of this storm. I mean, that is monstrous. I wanted to point out the detail. The Christmas lights actually have the little filament in there like you would see on regular Christmas lights. That's theming right there, everybody.
Hey, don't forget to drop off your glasses. Thank you.
All right. It's the poncho on, poncho off rituals. So that was good. Got to ride Remy's twice. Yeah, and see, this is what happens.
Or just go back on the ride.
So I rode the ride and got off. This is still one of the outer rain bands that's coming through. The problem when it gets like this is like I ran into there. Again, people look behind you. Everybody gathers, I always say, in the most tiniest place imaginable, and it jams everybody up. Plus you got the, like I said, the poncho on, poncho off ritual. Yeah, it can cause a backup. But I got 2 rides back to back. It's so freaking humid that everything's fogging up. I'm actually surprised the Skyliner's running in this. That's very surprising. I figured with the wind that they would shut that down. But yeah, that was a good time. Can't tell you when the last time I rode Remy's back to back was. It's so humid. Trying to keep the lens cleaned off is really tough because of how humid everything is. And this is how it works, just like that. It went from raining sideways and just dumping buckets of rain to nothing. And it almost looks like the sun would come out. Welcome to the hurricane experience. Again, closer, if we were closer toward the center of this thing, where the center of the storm would have come closer to Orlando, would not be here right now. In fact, most of the theme parks would have been closed today for sure. But because it kept its distance, they were able to open up. So again, also, if you're ever here and you experience a hurricane or even a tropical storm, please don't do anything stupid and put yourself in an unsafe situation. People seem to be really good about doing things like that, especially now more than ever in the social media age. Now, obviously, the train isn't running, but I want to point this out. This little stream here, I think this is kind of recirculated water that they have, but it simulates a stream coming down through the rockwork. But down here, once we start getting heavy rain like we are, you can see it definitely starts flooding. As we get down here toward this end, it's almost over the top of the railway bridges, and even here it's kind of spilling out, and it's through the tunnel. So the trains we have to do some drainage. You can see the separation in the hurricane bands. Like you'll have that bright sky like that, and then it'll get really, really dark again, and then it'll rain. And just like that, we have nothing right now. Perfect timing for the next rain band. It just started pouring rain again. We are right here at Frozen Ever After, 15-minute wait. Oh, it feels good in here. Also, make sure you all are taking your vitamins and staying healthy, because this is prime cold and flu weather, especially in Florida. You go from being super hot or warm and humid into this cold air conditioning. That's just setting you up for colds. Oh, well, we found everybody. All right. I think this is the most populated ride in the whole park. So we're just getting done with this big band right here, and then we'll have a little break, and then these will keep coming up. Because as the storm marches north, it's also going to track east. So it's going to drag all of these tails with it right here. So it's we're going to be in this pretty much for the afternoon. On days when you don't have a lot of Genie Plus like today, so everybody's in the standby queue, and it moves a lot faster. Just like it did before. If they were to take Genie Plus away, you'd be amazed at how fast the standby queues would go. We saw that during COVID-19 when Fast Pass wasn't a thing. Not bad, that was right about 15 minutes. Yeah. Happy Snowman? Exactly. Certainly. I think the Norway store at the end of the Frozen attraction is one of my favorites, just because of a lot of the things they have. Like their shirts, their sweatshirts. I think all of their designs are just awesome. Cups, mugs, all of it. That's kind of cool too. Never been to Norway, but I would love to. Heard it's very, very beautiful. Let's see what everything looks like inside Mexico here. Also, if you want to get some hard-to-get dining reservations, this is the time to do it. I even found a few Cinderella's Royal Table. I think it's very overpriced for the food you get. You're paying to eat in the castle. Just let that be known. Now, was it an experience I'd like to try once? Yes. But it's just hard to justify almost $90 for one person for a meal that's relatively basic. You can go to Waldorf Astoria to Bull and Bear and get an absolutely fantastic meal for a fraction of that. All right. We're not just going on a tour, but a Grand Fiesta tour.
I've eaten here before. They are really good food. They used to have a really good stuffed chicken. Yeah, that's not cheap.
Amigos, no matter where he goes, they want you and Ricos, we're always together. Hey, how is that to guide us? He does give desire to play as we go.
Always a good time with the Tres Caballeros. Well, I think we're gonna take a walk toward the front of the park and head home and do a little Red Dead Redemption 2 on the old PS4 for the afternoon, because you can see over there, you're getting another, the rain bands are going to start coming around again. But I got a lot done. I really did. I rode Remy's Ratatouille's Adventure twice, waited 15 minutes for Frozen, and then did the 3 Caballeros. Just a successful day. You know what this place reminds me of? When you look at the test tubes and some of the colors and the features. Anybody remember the electric light lab from Food and Wine from before, pretty much before EPCOT closed Innoventions West? That was a really cool place to stop because they did all kinds of really cool experiments. I remember there was one where they put cotton candy into a beaker and they poured all these liquids through the test tubes and all that, and it came out and it meshed with the cotton candy, melted the cotton candy into a drink that was pretty tasty. But when they announced the Muppets, that's the first thing I thought of, was that reminds me of the old electric light lab. And I'm also not sure if my ears do deceive me, but I heard Test Track. Actually, yes, it's making rounds. Hey, we're here. Single rider, huh? Let's try it. Check this out. Single rider's lane is open. Heck yeah. Let's go get us a ride on Test Track. Standby even isn't that bad, really. But I would much rather do this. I've said it before. You can go reference my vlog I did on how to ride Test Track over and over again, even on busy days. You can do this over and over and over again. I mean, check this out. Hello. All right, thank you. There's nobody here. Wow. This is great. This is what we call a walk-on. I didn't even stop, just went straight to row 1. Okay, I need to clear something up for all you watching this. These people just held up the entire ride because this isn't working. Don't worry, this is not going to make a difference on how your ride is. It's going to be the same way whether you make a car or you don't. So many people get confused and they think that if it doesn't upload or doesn't recognize it, then my ride is going to be totally different. Not the case. See, I didn't even design a car. And there it is. It makes one for you, but it has no difference on how the ride is. Ah, asshole! Man, Mike, how are we doing? How am I holding up? All right. Oh, here we go. Test Track is the best. A day like today, you could literally go through the single rider line. You could ride this thing probably 50 times if you wanted to. There's absolutely zero weight in the single rider. Let's see how the car did. 227. Oh no, 165. Not too bad. I thought it was the top one. Not bad for a cheating car. I didn't even design it. They really need to have a sign out there somewhere that says, however you design your car makes no difference on the actual performance of the ride. Oh, now that's cool. A new Route 66 sweatshirt out. That's pretty badass. Yeah, big fan. Would love to drive Route 66. How much are we asking for this? $59. That's not bad. That's a nice sweatshirt for $59. Also, the kit and the Hot Wheels car were a big hit with my little niece. She freaking loved it. So maybe we'll have to send one of these up north too. She had a great time. Oh, lots of Route 66. You can also make a card design out of your vehicle and send it home to your email address, and it'll be all animated. Oh, we got off test track just at the right time. Had the ride literally just went down. I think we'll go through Cretan's and see if we have any more Halloween merch. Still in search of that elusive shirt that is now impossible to find. It's the Halloween Walt Disney World shirt. Also, while we're here, I gotta swing in next door and get some Beverly. Let's stop in Club Cool real quick, get us some of that world famous Beverly, and then I think we're gonna head towards the homestead. Oh yeah, look, nobody in here either. This is awesome. This is my all-time favorite right here. Cheers, Beverly. Well, we got a break in the bands. I'm gonna make a break for the car. It was a fun morning. Had a great time. Got in a lot of rides. Got in all the big rides, all the major rides. Some even twice. So very happy with today. I had a Guardians of the Galaxy boarding group, but I opted to not do it because of the reservation system. You can ride Guardians anytime. It's the other ones like Remy's and Frozen and that. It's hard to ride when it's busy, so I took advantage of those. Awesome day. And be safe out there. Hopefully by Christmas we'll be able to just walk right through, which will make life so much easier going to Future World West. And yes, I don't care what people say, it's always going to be Future World. Heading out to the parking lot, I found this very interesting this morning. They're parking everybody all the way over in Eve. For those that have never been here, Eve is like the old, I want to say Discover and Explore lots. It's basically as far out as you can get. And yet they're keeping these security gates closed here. They're having everybody walk all the way over to the other side. Don't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. It just doesn't. It's so weird. You can even see this morning when people were coming in like, why can't we go in here? Why wouldn't you open this? You're having people park clear out in the furthest parking lot. All right, so whatever reason, they've got that closed now too. So I can't even go that way. So you literally have to go all the way past the monorail station out. I just doesn't make sense. If you're going to close that, then put something up, because you can't, there's no signage saying pathway closed, walkway closed, nothing. Just I don't get it. So basically you have to come all the way out here now and then walk back the opposite way. So you're backtracking. So from right here, the security is right there. And then these are the main lots straight ahead. This is Discover or in a maze and all that. And then I'll show you where we're gonna end up at. If you see that giant building off in the distance, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind building. So I'm gonna turn this back on when I get towards my car. You'll see where they're parking people. So this is the Eve lot here. This is where they're parking most everybody. And this is the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind show building. That's where all the roller coaster track is, or at least 80% of it. Right in there. Gigantic. The next day, right after a major storm, after it clears out, it's bright, it's sunny, it's cool, the air is crisp. It literally feels like the earth has been reborn again. It is unbelievable. I'll see y'all at home. We got back home just in time. We got another one of the heavier bands coming through. It's racing across Georgia right now and headed towards Charleston, South Carolina. So anybody that's up that way, please be careful. This thing is still very organized for being over land. I mean, you can still see the defined eye wall. So yeah, this is when it's a good time to be home. This would not have been fun, especially when you have the. It's okay with the light rain and that like it was, but yeah, this would suck to walk around in this. And we have thunder now too, so I picked a good time to come home. It's so humid, my camera keeps fogging up too. And it's really interesting, just like I pointed out at EPCOT, the bands come around and it goes from very light and then it gets really, really dark. And then it gets light again and then it gets dark. It just, and it goes on and on like that until the storm is completely past.